Hey guys, so today I'm here with the first in my new series of videos called Ask Me. Now what this is all about is I'm going to be just answering random questions about me, about tech, about whatever, and let you guys go ahead and just ask whatever you like. So you can ask on Twitter and Facebook, which is where all these questions are from, or after this video is over, feel free to ask questions in the comments and your question might be answered in the next video. From Twitter, CheeTownBest1 asks, why Duncan33303? Well, it's kind of a long story. I tell it all the time at D3 Live. Basically, when I was first, getting on the internet, was like 12 years old, I didn't want to use my real name on the internet, so I came up with the name Duncan. And a few years later, once I decided to get on YouTube just to make some subscriptions and stuff, and so it wouldn't block me and all that kind of stuff, I just added the 33303 in the end. So yeah, that's the eventual thing. Certainly if I was deciding that I was actually going to start making videos, I would have picked a better name. The MJ94 on Twitter asks, where do I see myself in 5 years? Well, I'll tell you what, I really like YouTube, and I'm sure most of you guys do if you're watching me right now. Personally, in my opinion, I hope that I'm still in this exact same spot. I'm still making videos every day or every other day or whatever on YouTube 5 years from now. Now, I might be entirely wrong, but in my opinion, I think YouTube and the internet and everything is going to be a big deal, and not going to replace TV, but going to be a major competitor. So, if you go watch TV right now, you're going to have a few channels, maybe like ABC or CBS or whatever. You're going to see some channels on TV, and you pick one and you watch it. Well, I think in the future it's going to be similar, but instead it's going to be when you want to watch something, you go YouTube, or I want to go to Hulu or Netflix or something like that. On Facebook, Amir asks, do you think the Sony S1 and the S2 will be a good competitor or not? Well, of course, if you guys are not familiar with it, Sony is unveiled a couple of weeks ago, a month ago, something like that, their new Sony PlayStation tablets, the S1 and the S2. They're both going to run Android, Gingerbread, or Honeycomb, or whatever versions out by that time. And they look pretty interesting. Now, the S1 is kind of a bit more standard. I believe it's got a 9-inch, 9.7, something like that. It's got a fairly standard size screen, all that kind of stuff. But the S2 actually folds up kind of like a jumbo-sized Nintendo DS. So, I definitely think they can be competitors. I'm not 100% sold that they're gonna, beat out the iPad or anything like that, but they definitely look pretty interesting. Omega Snowwolf on Twitter asks, which do you prefer, console or computer for gaming, and why? Well, I like them both. If you guys know me at all, I'm a huge gamer. Ever since I was like 3 or 4 years old, I was always asking my dad, hey, take me to the arcade, I want to play games. And then when we finally got a PlayStation 1, I just played just play that thing to death. I literally played like my PlayStation 1 nonstop for like 7 years before I finally got a GameCube. But yeah, I've always been really big into consoles. I've got a decent collection. I love collecting consoles and all that kind of stuff. But right now I'm actually into PC gaming. Not really anything against the consoles, but a lot of the games I like to play, such as StarCraft 2, and a lot of just general games are cheaper on the PC, like through Steam, especially we can get good deals. The graphics look better, and I just kind of like the PC control scheme. In fact, I still play consoles quite a bit. As you can see here, I'm actually playing F-Zero on my Super Nintendo. Actually, I was just playing that right before I started this video. iPhoneable on Twitter asks, how old was I when I decided to get into technology videos, and what inclined me to do so? Well, again, that's kind of a long story. I don't want to go and bore you guys for like 10 minutes. But basically what happened was I had just gotten my iPod Touch 2nd generation. This was, what, two and a half years ago, something like that. I just got my iPod Touch. I liked it. I was totally into, watching all the app reviews on YouTube. I was spent like months before I got my iPod, planning out, downloading free apps on iTunes, getting it all set up. And then once I got into it, I got hooked up with a couple of people. You guys might know him, Ironman333, or Zuripio or whatever, back in the day. We got to be friends. I started working on his website some. It's all about like iPhones and whatnot. And then he kind of encouraged me to go ahead and get into YouTube, start making the videos. I started making videos, and I literally have not stopped in the past over 2 years. So yeah, that's what got me into it. I was really excited, and I liked iPods and all that kind of stuff. And I'm always looking for stuff to do. I used to be big into writing and all that kind of stuff, and it's kind of getting a little stale there. So I moved over, I started making videos, and I haven't looked back since. Why Try asks, what's the next lens I plan to pick up for my D3100? So of course, if you guys don't know already, the camera I use for filming is the Nikon D3100. In fact, that's what I'm filming on right now. And I really do need a new lens, he's absolutely right. What I'm hoping to get is the 3.5mm 1.8. It looks like a really decent prime lens, especially for what I do, because most of the videos I shoot, just me talking to a camera, I don't need zoom and all that kind of stuff, or filming, like an iPhone or a phone or something like that. So yeah, that's the next lens I hope for. Z Tutorials asks, what would I do if YouTube became extinct? That is, after crying. Yeah, I would probably cry. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'll probably cry. Nah, I'm just kidding. If YouTube disappeared tomorrow, I would probably try to find a job like writing for a website or something. I've done that before. I've written for a couple of websites. I run my own website. So that would probably be what I would get into. Maybe I might try to get to, like, if someone was interested in hiring me who can, do reviews and whatnot. I don't really know. I haven't thought about it a ton, to be honest. But yeah, I'd probably try to get a job on some website doing video reviews or written reviews or something like that. I think that would be what I would go for. Anyway, guys, that's it for this first episode of Ask Me. And if you're interested in more, be sure to just ask me a question in the comments. I'm going to try to get this going every week, 2 weeks. I haven't really decided how often I'm going to do it. But if you guys did enjoy, be sure to leave some comments down below, asking me some questions or whatever. And if I like your question, if it's a good question, I will use it in the next video.